Good evening. Lighting's a little funky, sorry. There we go, that's a little better. Got a special one today out of my garden that I've been dying to try since I got the seeds better part of 2 years ago. This one is from a gentleman over on the hot pepper. Goes by, his name is, I believe it's pronounced Yes, Jes, but he is from Denmark, so yeah, Hurrican. It's spelled just like hurricane, only without the E at the end. Capsicum chinense, and I thought the pictures they looked a little bit whiter than this, but it's a very, very, very pale orange color. It does have cream spots on it here and there, kind of variegated, just very slightly. It's not extreme contrast in the shading, but I am going to cut this open and see what we got going on. Never had these before. Well, no, I had a small one, but don't get a full appreciation for the burn and whatnot. It was pretty hot. Smells very similar to a habanero. Oh, there's another one growing inside of it. How about that? Happens to a lot of habanero relatives. I think I'm going to save some of the seeds out of this. I'm not sure if they're entirely viable yet, but I'm game. Yeah. Sorry about that. I'm just not sure how many ripe ones I'm going to get, so okay. So they look like inside. They're not too super oily, but they look hot enough. There's the stem, which I apparently sliced in half. I think I'm just going to do half again today, as per usual, for my habanero or hotters. 2 veins of the placenta out of 4. Should give me a pretty good idea of the potency. Okay. Hurrican. Yep. Mm. Yep. Probably, I'd put it about as hot as a habanero. Very similar flavor. Fruity. Some people would say citrusy. I really don't get that with habaneros like a lot of people do. I don't know, maybe it's just my particular palate doesn't detect that hint. It's almost a musky, but Not really musky. That implies it's a heavier, richer flavor. It's a pretty light flavor, but it does have deep notes to it that are, I don't know, more floral, aromatic, but yet still pungent and also fruity. I'll pop the rest of this in. Tingling up in my nose. Yeah, as soon as I swallow it, it hits right in the throat. Ugh. Anytime I hit one this hot, it just gives me the shivers. Tongue is already feeling swollen. Lips are burning. Well, it's mainly starting at the back of my tongue, working its way down in my throat, and it's kind of cycling there. Ugh. But the tongue is really, it feels swollen, and it's kind of rides wave and then snaps down in the middle of my tongue. Down into the chest too. Lots of drool. I'm sweating. Sinuses are starting to clear out a little bit. That tongue burn is really picking up though. Really lots of drooling. Whew. Still getting hints of the flavor. Almost like a melon candy. Kind of aromatic quality to this aftertaste. But it's fast getting drowned out by the tongue burn, which is just continuing to build here. It's a steady, almost pinching throb that keeps tight into the center of my tongue, but there's still an overall boom, 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 pulsating, moving with my heartbeat almost. Lips are burning. It's kind of a crackling of embers, but it's not really that pronounced. In light, especially roof of my mouth. Now it's coming through a lot too. Pretty strong. And it's yeah, it's not calming down yet even. Fairly sure it's peaked. Doesn't feel like it's getting any worse, but it's staying around the same level where it's kind of swirling, scorching the roof of my mouth, spiraling down through into the center of my tongue and kind of whirling around there for a little bit, kind of throbbing a little bit in the throat, just like quick bursts, and then it dies down fairly quickly every few seconds. It's kind of starting to gradually fade away now, but it's still really strong up on top of the tongue. The roof of the mouth is almost numb at this point. But yeah, this is the hottest one I've had yet this season. I'm kind of glad I didn't eat the whole thing. Yeah, tongue. Oh, every time I swallow, pressing my tongue against the roof of my mouth and gulping, it singes again. Yeah, very much reminiscent of a habanero, like your traditional orange habanero flavor, but a little bit brighter, more of a fruity, almost like a watermelon or melon candy flavor. It's not as sweet as candy, but that essential flavor that comes through into the nose, that really aromatic, fruity, almost artificial fruity notes come through, and it, but it's a crisper, fresh, peppery, but not. I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't, like capsicum annuum peppers to me, and capsicum frutescens, and even capsicum pubescens, all of them, pretty much without exception that I've had, still have a vegetable kind of flavor to them. This is that pungency, that headiness to them, that the flavor profile is kind of set apart. But capsicum chinense peppers to me always have more of a fruit kind of flavor. This one in particular is like I said, like melon candy, but a little bit lighter, not all that sweet, a little bit sweet, maybe faint bitterness. There usually is. The peels have a little bit of bitterness to them, but not all that much, and not really any tartness either. They're not extremely acidic. Capsicum annuum tend to be lent the tartness and sweetness a lot more than others, and then the chinense in particular, and also the bacadums, tend to have more of a fruit flavor to them, and bacadums, I guess, tend to be a little bit more florally or perfume potpourri like. This is diminished, but the top of my tongue right in the center, still going at a good level, roof of my mouth. So yeah, this is probably going to continue for another 5 to 10 minutes, so I'm going to cut this video off. I've spent enough time explaining everything. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll be coming back at you again with another one soon. Bye-bye.